Oh yeah, wait, oh my god.
Oh jeez.
No.
Same thing every week.
Yeah.
We are back. FastTrack is track.
FastTrack.
FastTrack is back.
Is backtracking back.
It's FastTrack Feedback Fridays, and we are here to give you feedback on your music as helpful and detailed as we can, which not everybody does, but we do.
Oh man.
And we've got a little bit of a cue. Hey, a breadwinner without the R. You sent the wrong link. It's all good.
Can I sand it back?
Can you sand it back?
All right.
You got to get some spelling help there.
Yeah, we're off to a great start here. What's up,
Sand it back. And Neil Walla, welcome.
Going crazy.
Just submit another one. And bread. Oh, I see yours. Okay, so yeah, just do another submission. We already have the info for your track, so if you really want, you could probably send it in the chat. But if you want it to be private, then just send it in the form again.
Yeah, good catch.
But anyways, we've got a good stream today. We've already got 4 in the queue, so there's probably room for one more if somebody else submits in the free queue. Otherwise, there's always the option to skip. That is a $5 tip to our Streamlabs link, which we can send in the chat.
Oh my god, it's my queue. Hold on, guys. Oh god, this is embarrassing. Oh fuck.
Get that button up.
Yeah, where am I at? Tip? Yeah.
There it is, just the tip. So get that in there. And otherwise, the link to submit your track is there as well. So again, we've got one more spot left. You want to read the queue off, Chris?
Yeah, so we got Nate Cassat. Shouts out Nate Cassat. I haven't heard from you in a long time, man.
Yeah.
He's very excited.
A previous top tier track winner.
Yes, he is. And for good damn reason. Another previous top tier track. Dude, we might have a purple after our long drought. Group chat is also here. And then we got Laws, Bread. Looks like we got your correct link this time. So we'll go ahead and do it. But yeah, so those are the 4 people in the queue. If you would like to go right now, please let us know. You could drop the tip, $5 minimum, and we'll put you to the top right now. For example, Brett, I know you're in the chat, but if you want to go like right away, I understand, $5 minimum. If not, you could just sit back, relax. We'll get to you after these other 3 people. But
yes, and just for context, we give very detailed feedback in these three categories down there. We usually take about 15 minutes for each song, so that's including listening to the track and then giving our feedback for about 10. So if you are 4th, you'll probably be on in about an hour, just to be realistic there. But again, you have the option to skip the queue if you want, if you value what we do and whatnot. Or feel free to send us a tip just if you want to be nice.
Yeah. Also, I just already see a problem. Laws. Yes, the link to your track is a tiny URL to our FastTrack Friday form.
So I think you probably copied our link and then lost your original link. So you might have to send us yours too.
Yeah, Laws. Just to let you know, if you're listening, the link is wrong. All right.
Yes.
Okay. So if nobody wants to skip the queue for now, we'll go to our first person, which is Nate Cassat.
Nate Cassat.
I'm excited. It's Heart of Fire, work in progress. My friend sent me this anime sample yesterday, so I made it into a beat. Then I fuck with the beat, so I wrote on it. Today I recorded this, so it's all demo stuff, but ain't been on one of these in a minute, so might as well. All right, fuck yeah, it's a demo. So I guess I'll be listening more towards like the beat, the idea of the song, and then how to grow it from there. But I'm excited.
Yeah, quick turnaround time there. That is a fast track. Sounds like.
Yeah, and we'll give your feedback on Friday. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, Heart of Fire, Nate Cassat, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, pick me up from court with a blunt road, you know me well. Moving weight like ain't no other way to post my bell. Getting skunky in this bitch, that's how it's supposed to smell. I don't say shit when I'm going through it, broken tail. She drinking down my demons, got the holy grail. At least I know somebody when I go to hell. Show and tell, watch the money grow and scale. Then watch it unfold itself, y'all already know the deal. I know that I don't know shit. Yeah, I know that I don't know shit. So don't act like you supposed to live. Fucking with my bag will get you in one. Spoken on that higher education like it's Princeton. This is what your thoughts look like after 10 blunts. Clenching my fists, some of y'all don't even hit once. And I'll make sure some people never see me like a ninja. I've been nuts, I've been a product. cigarette butts, the sawdust that came from the bottom. You see me though, I got up, and every time I go back down there, I got up. Y'all are only hard until the heat is on. Pasta, matter crafting diamonds, but we both moving rocks, huh? Out of moving mountains, so we both get across, huh? Now that we adults, how many of us getting locked up? I swear to God, bro. Yeah. The judge deciding whether or not I graduate. When your fate's in someone else's hands, you want the world to change. And it's fucking with my psyche, cause I know my girl ashamed. And I know I wear my family name on my back like a cape. We cope in different ways, but we all need an escape. I be showing up feeling like I can't even show my face. And the day I meet your eyes, they won't look at me the same. On my mama though, I'll get enough money to spread across the ocean floor and build a boat. I think I'm finally floating home. I've been changing since I left, I got a brand new pair of clothes. And I always plug it up, foggy on a different mode. Whoa. I know that I don't know shit.
Super
I
basic.
know that I don't know shit. It's all about the approach. To show up and leave everybody with quotes. How the news cloud a roach. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. That's how it, yeah. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Yeah. Fuck it.
Interesting change up here.
Cool.
Dang. Cool. Nice to hear you again, Nate Cassat. Man, I can't help but asking, like, is this like real stuff? Like, I mean, it's probably real, but like, Godspeed. It sounds like you're having some issues with graduating, perhaps. I don't know, but yeah, wish you all the best, man. And bars on bars. I was trying to catch a lot of them. I caught some of them, but this the way that it's mixed is it's making it kind of hard to hear everything very clearly. But it's a demo at this point, so. What do you have for first impressions and vibes, Josh?
Yeah, I mean, my like first impressions were just like, okay, I guess you said in the description that this was like a fast turnaround thing, whatever, all of that. But I was like, damn, how did you even get the vocals so muddy? Like,
Yeah,
it was the vocals and maybe partly the track too.
yeah. It's like he
But
recorded like this. Like,
yeah, I was like, because it didn't sound like, I don't know. There's different types of not great quality recordings for different reasons, and like you might by default just assume that like, oh, it was recorded on a bad microphone, but it might not be the case. I mean, it might be, but honestly, when I hear iPhone recordings, they actually usually have more top end. They're a little bit clearer. They don't sound full bodied, but they sound clearer than that usually these days, unless it's an older one, maybe. Or it's just like maybe you're using like an SM58, which isn't like the crispest mic to use for recording, depending on what interface you're using and how much gain it has and all that kind of stuff. And
dang, Josh calling me out right now, bro.
it's okay. It's the budget classic, and I worked
Damn, bro.
there. I worked there.
Damn, bro. I don't give a fuck where you work.
You can't say that the SM58 is as detailed as most
Yeah.
condensers, right? Its purpose really is to be a workhorse mic you can throw around, you can take it anywhere, you can put it on any stage and it will work. It's got great off-axis rejection, but if you're trying to get a studio quality recording that is detailed and captures more, then it's not the right tool for the job exactly. In some cases it is, especially if you have a louder delivery, then you can get away with a dynamic mic more. But the kind of vocals that you're doing, Nate, like I think it would benefit from us having more detail and just it being crisper, so it sort of feels more upfront. So again, I don't know exactly what the situation was with that, or I don't know, like if you applied some sort of mixing processing to that made it muddier. I just it's hard to tell. But that was my first impression. Then I will say you kind of saved it with your just delivery and your flow. Like it's kind of infectious or addicting to listen to because you are in the fucking pocket, dude. Like you just did this off the cuff in like a day and you are like in the pocket like the whole time. Which is super cool. It's not easy. But that's like the secret sauce, but it shows both the importance of both parts, right? Like the fact that your track wasn't produced all that much or all that well yet, but your delivery and your artistry kind of saved the day and made it a little bit more okay. But at the same time, it's like this isn't like a top tier track or whatever, in large part because of the production. So it just sort of shows like all these things kind of add up. And it's great if you have the ones that are more difficult to attain, which is really like the delivery side and the musicality. The production you can go find somebody to do pretty easily, right?
Yeah.
But it's great that you've got that. Obviously, the next step is just to get this produced because I mean, this was a fun track to listen to. I liked it. But
Yeah.
what do you think?
Fuck. There's something that came into my mind. It just fucking it blew past me. Maybe it'll come back. But he said so. He made the beat and the vocals. I agree. He wrote the flow like really, really well. There's a couple bars that I really liked. He said something like "smoking this higher education like it's Princeton or something," which is cool. Not sure if I get the punchline yet, but is this Princeton's a higher education school? Maybe it's a strain. I don't know, but maybe not.
It's funny.
But where he wears his he's talking about like being ashamed, but he wears his fuck, what was it? His last name on his back like a cape. I thought that was cool. Yeah, just like love the different bars there. I wish I could pick up all of them. But it's hard to do that on the first listen through. But he's one of those artists that like it's kind of rare in our stream, but like just the quality of bars, like I could just listen and find like 3 or 4 first listen, I think if the production was clear, I would have caught like mostly all of them because he was flowing really well. Nothing sounded too jumbly. Maybe a little bit re-performances needed here and there. It is demo phase though. The beat, I thought the sample was really cool, very beautiful, and he has these little bleep bloop going bleep bloops going on in the background. They sound cool too. It's just it was such a bass heavy mix. Like I think that sample could have easily occupied um, the top frequency range. There's like nothing in that range actually, which is weird. Um, but yeah, and it was like I think it's a string sample too. So like, yeah, man, uh, take the high pass or take the high cut off and let that sample kind of go a little bit. Occupy the airy space there. But yeah, otherwise I think it's a solid idea, and I love the story behind it. It's like a unique story, like, that only he's going through, like, that's another storytelling aspect that I really liked of it, so,
Yeah.
like, it's not there's no, like, cliché shit about it, this is what he's going through, and it's not too literal where it's like, uh, I can't relate at all, so it was cool.
Mhm.
Uh, I hope that
Score.
he
Sorry.
continues to finish it. Yeah, score, at this point, I think it's a great idea demo-wise, and I think I really wanna hear him develop it, so I think I'm at like 70 between green and yellow for vibes. What
Okay.
about you?
Yeah, no, I think I could probably say the same. Again, I really like the content of the track and all that stuff. I mean, it's going to be between content and production pretty much here.
Yeah, yeah, production is gonna be probably the lowest score for me, but yeah, content. What do you got?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I was listening to more of the production side of things or whatever, and just the track as a whole. But I do think, yeah, the storytelling and just again the delivery and the actual stuff you got there, even the sample I like.
Yeah,
Um, That's great. I think, like, there's probably some work to do, and again, it's understandable because you did this in, like, 2 days,
yeah.
but, just, like, I don't know, thinking about the flow of the song and, are there any sections where you want it to sort of, like, more of a dynamic energy curve, sort of?
Mhm.
Like, are there any points when you can kinda, like, bring it back down or do some sort of beat like, a little change up or something?
There was a
Ju
change up at the end.
Yeah, the thing at the end, although there's a point around production with that, it became much brighter and like just sort of different sounding all around at that point. It sort of felt like it was like patched together in like not a super cohesive way.
Mhm,
So that's something to work on that might be more production based. But yeah, I mean overall I really like the content side of this. So
mhm.
yeah, not much else there. But do you have anything else for content?
Yeah, I talked about it. Like bars were crazy, the homies flowing the whole time. Maybe intelligibility wise, there could be a little couple retakes here and there, so it's definitely not perfect. But samples cool. Choice of instruments is really cool. Drums sounded pretty good to me. In terms of sample wise. So yeah, I think it's like what's not to like here. Maybe a couple just revisions on the recording. Other than that, I think my score for content is probably like 89 between green and yellow. I think it's pretty good.
Dope.
What about you?
Yeah, no, I think I would say probably 85 for
Yeah.
content between yellow and green. Just like,
Hmm.
yeah, there's a couple of things with like really fleshing out the musical like structure a little bit. Um, sort of crossing your T's and dotting your I's, but again, that's expected at this point.
Yep. Production.
Yeah. Then for production, let's see. I think the muddiness is weird. I don't know where that comes from. That's like a big thing. You might end up wanting to re-record the vocal, and I feel like it comes so naturally to you that you wouldn't have any trouble with that, and you might even be able to make like a more impactful take than you already have. I think you're capable of it, and if you do that, it'll be a lot easier in the production phase to get it sounding right, and not weird. So that's the main thing. Otherwise, just again, I don't know if you've got just one sample that's like the track, or if there are other elements you can play with to sort of really mix it around. But actually, no, you said you made it into a beat, so I'm sure you can like, get the kick to be a little bit less boomy, or just like balance out the high end versus low end thing, like those strings or whatever. Make sure you've got enough high end on that. Any of those instruments, you could try adding a little bit of saturation to, and or an exciter, something like that that can just bring out that top end, make it a little bit more sparkly. And of course, your usual suspects like EQ and all of that. Keeping in mind, it's usually better to try to be reductive instead of additive with stuff like EQ. So try like bringing the low end down a little bit and then bringing the volume up to compensate, and see if that makes it sound better. It usually will just make your top end and your mid range a little bit more natural when you are cutting frequencies that you want less of to get more of the ones that you want more of. So yeah, it's kind of knocks out two birds with one stone when you do that. So other than that, that's the main production advice I have. I think you're kind of at the beginning of that process right now. But yeah, with a great performance, all it takes is to round out the production, and you've got a great track. So you're on the way.
Yep. So shout out Neil. Well, he's the laws person. So I just told him talking about like your links fucked up. So, but yeah. So I wasn't paying attention to too much what Josh says, but
okay.
I think you should trust Josh's ear, especially in the production sphere. In fact, I was actually working on our band song that's going to come out soon. But yeah, we asked Josh for his feedback, and he gave us incredible feedback. So please take his word. He understands the game. But yeah, for me, it was just a bass heavy, kind of boomy, muddy mix at this point. I don't know if it's a listening environment thing, or just like you listened on. Yeah, I just said the same thing. But yeah, I don't know if it's that. It's just a first pass mix, so vocals sounded like you were doing this, like some sort of dynamic mic with proximity effect. Um, there was like no high end in the beat, it seemed like, which was interesting. So I think there's a lot of room to expand out there, especially with that beautiful sample. And I could agree with Josh in terms of having a switch up in terms of the beat. It was kind of cool when it came near the end, and even sounded brighter than everything else. But yeah, yeah, it's just at the kind of beginning stages of it. But the idea, I think, is solid. So yeah. Did you give a score on production? I think I'm at. Sorry, what's up?
No, go ahead.
Production, I think right now maybe I'm at maybe 40 between green and yellow.
God damn it. Yep, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's consistency, bro.
Yep. And track total?
Where does that put me? Okay, so I put 89, or I was like 70, 89, 40. Yeah, so that puts me at like 65, I'd say.
Fucking shit.
Oh, what? 69. 69.
Well, I'm going to stick with 65.
All right, I'll go 69 because we love that number here.
Yes.
And yeah, bro, Nate, I think this is cool content-wise. In terms of a demo, like, yeah, this shit's cool. You should definitely pursue it and just, at this point, make it better, polish it up.
Yeah.
Got a diamond in the rough, and best of luck on your struggles here. So, or maybe it's a story that you've already went through. I don't know, but yeah, appreciate seeing you again. It's been a while.
Sweet, appreciate it, Nate.
All right, Loss, we got your new link in here, and we got the astronomers. What's up, Ben Baker? Or fuck, what's up? I can't
just
be
a nickname. Just a nickname.
Yeah, I can't be doxing people like that.
So
anyways,
Okay, the astronomers, welcome.
Yeah, welcome the astronomers. My bad.
Might have to go to space now, huh? Oh no, that's
Yeah.
astronauts. You might have to look at space to escape your problems.
Yeah, my bad. This is a new song that we released today. Oh, congratulations! Can't wait to listen to it. Sorry about that. Okay.
This is
Also, if you guys, so there's a queue right now. We got through Nakasat. There's group chat, laws, bread, and then the astronomers. I don't know if we might be able to get to it today, but if you wanted to skip the queue, we do kind of long reviews too. So it's like 10 to 15 minutes per song. So um, if you wanted to skip the queue real quick, you could do a tip, just $5, and you'll get to the front of the queue. You can get your song reviewed now. If not, if you want to just chill back and wait, then we'll get to this every song that is submitted to us. So no worries either way. But some people want to be fast.
Yes, and you'll probably be up at this rate in, again, that's about an hour away. Because again, we spent about 15 minutes on each song, so you will get detailed feedback as well. Hopefully, that's what you came here for. But if you don't want to wait, feel free to skip the queue, just $5, and we'll review it soon. But I believe, unless you're doing that, yeah, we've got group chat, who has also a just released track today. I guess it's a big release Friday.
Yeah.
And yeah, they've been working on this one for a bit, I believe. You want to read the description?
Oh my God! Sorry, it just started playing.
It's all good.
Oh man. Okay, yeah. Let's see. Description. Group chat. Finish release. They have a whole fucking sales pitch. Okay, Valentine's Day is right around the corner, but most people are stuck in situationships. You're not in a relationship. So do you get them something? Do you take them out to dinner? No one knows. All the makings of a relationship with none of the commitment. A fancy date. Is she like a salesman for this? A fancy date night with dinner and flowers has them pulling on your heartstrings. Oh no, is she getting pulled? Stringing you along with every good morning text.
Oh,
that's why we wrote Heartstrings, a song so people can empower themselves in spite of the wishy-washy dating world we're in now.
Yasmin definitely wrote this.
Yeah. How did we create the song? Picture a beautiful Chicago summer in Wrigleyville with 2 Gs. It's group chat's final concert of the summer. You have a White Claw in one hand and a vape in the other. Oh, this is so real. This is me. Vibing to live music at a backyard concert and shouting at the people passing by on the sidewalk to come join. We're in the middle of our set when Justin's guitar string broke. Oh no. While he quickly restrung the guitar, the rest of the group improvised with an open jam, explained to the audience what was happening in melody. Yasmin started vocalizing and saying, "Sorry, everyone." Maybe I should sing this.
Sorry, everyone.
Yeah. Justin broke his guitar string. You're pulling on my heartstrings. The crowd started singing along. What the fuck? Group chat knew. Oh, I should have just gave that to you. My bad. Group chat knew what seemed like a performance mishap was about to lead to something special, and Heartstrings was born. That's cool. You can stream Heartstrings now on all platforms and catch us at the House of Blues. These guys getting gigs, man. At the House of Blues. Yep. Foundation Room on February 25th, 2023. Shout out to Jasmine. Crazy,
if you go there, if anybody's in Chicago and you go to that show, you will I guess get to meet me.
Oh, you'll be there too?
Yeah.
Was that 25th? Crazy. Oh, I'll be in Albuquerque at a wedding. But I wish you guys all the best. I need to see group chat live. Actually, these guys look like they go crazy.
Yes, they do.
Killing the Chicago game. But yeah, that was cool. That was entertaining. Very nice settings there. But I'm ready to listen to the fucking music. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Heartstrings, group chat. 3, 2, 1. Broken string here on the album art. Love it.
Watching you sleep peacefully, I just had an epiphany. You just ain't good enough for me. Baby, wake up and leave.
Nice.
Oh my God, Zach.
I'm letting you go. And the empty promises that you broke. You're pulling my heartstrings. Yeah, you're pulling my heartstrings all the time, and it just ain't right. You're begging me.
She said something about being broke in the beginning too.
But you're pulling my heartstrings.
Oh, I just caught that.
Yeah, you're pulling my heartstrings. I won't lose another night. I won't let you steal my life. You're
harmonies.
my door, but you tell me you don't want more. So every text from you I'll ignore. I'm way too good for you, that I'm sure.
Oof.
Don't come back, baby, I'm letting you go. I'm done with you and I'm shutting the door. You're pulling my heartstrings. Yeah, you're pulling my heartstrings all the time, and it just ain't right. You're begging me, please.
Oh, these background vocals are great.
Yeah, you're pulling my heartstrings. I won't lose another night. I won't let this in my life. Where were you when I needed you every time? You never hit my line, so take this as a sign. Where were you when I needed you every time? Don't worry, you're fine. You ain't on my mind. Where were you when I needed you every time? Just like the past time, I leave you behind. Don't come back, baby, I'm letting you go.
My God.
Next time you call me, the answer is no. No more pulling my heartstrings. No more pulling my heartstrings all the time. It just ain't right. Don't wanna hear you say be mine. You're done pulling my heartstrings. You're done pulling my heartstrings. I won't lose another night. I'm choosing myself this time. You're done pulling my heartstrings. You're done pulling my heartstrings. I won't lose another night. I'm choosing myself this time. You're done pulling my heartstrings. You're done pulling my heartstrings.
Is that her voice in the background?
Every last time. I won't let you steal my life.
Fuck, was that her voice in the background? Like doing like Mariah Carey shit?
I
Or was
think
that,
so. Probably,
was
yeah.
that Zach Molina on? I couldn't even tell.
No, I think it was her.
Ooh, pulling my heartstrings. Sing
Dude,
it. That was
fucking
crazy.
sick.
Dude, I fucking missed the beginning. She said something about like strings breaking and stuff, just like her description.
Hmm.
I feel like I want to listen back to that and see if I can catch it.
Hmm.
But anyways, yeah, that was funky as shit. That was cool. What do you have for first impressions and vibes?
Man, I mean, this is really like pushing the boundaries, I feel like, of what you guys have done before.
Yeah, they've grown so much.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, in all ways, I would say.
Mhm.
But it's just so cool, like where you're going stylistically, and I know that like the stuff you're working on next will probably be a range of stuff. Like I would imagine some of which that's more like the straight ahead rock stuff, and some more like this and R&B. Who knows? But yeah, no, it's so cool that you sort of have branched out and are doing something that's kind of a mix of styles almost. I like the fact that I don't think have you had any songs that had acoustic guitar in them before? I'm not sure, but that sounded good.
Yeah.
The way that things were recorded sounded really good. Again, I would say better than any of the
Yeah.
first tries of stuff before, for sure. Um, there's maybe like one or two small things with like that side of the house, like recording slash mixing, but like that's come up so much. Like it used to be like, at the very beginning, like 70% there, and then it was like 80% there, and then like 90s, and now it's like feels like 98, like it's like 98% there on that side,
Mhm.
which is the hardest part for bands like yours, where there are a lot of instruments and a lot of those instruments are live and recorded.
Mhm.
Getting the production to sound like the records out there is really difficult. So
Mhm.
you're so close. It's really good. But
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, just the whole theme here is really cool, right? Your little backstory and everything, just the artwork, and it's like a kind of fun theme. It's about something, right? But it's
Mhm.
it's about something in like a fun, playful way with like analogies and metaphors, and it's cool. Whole
Mhm.
heartstrings thing.
Mhm.
Uh, and yeah, just again, great performances. Yasmin, you sound great.
Yeah.
I think this is the first. Again, I'm trying to remember if you had any songs on your other album that were primarily Yasmin as the vocals, but Yeah, no, this is dope.
Mm.
That's enough of my thoughts. What do you think?
Yeah. Dude, fucking that wah guitar with the it's like the wah, wah, wah,
Oh
wah,
yeah,
like with
yeah,
the fucking Zach's keys
yeah,
sounds so good.
yeah,
And Zach's just like tickling around the sides, it's just like going around and like
yeah.
panning. I thought that was really cool. I was able to pick
I couldn't
apart
decide if I thought that was cool or like distracting because I
almost right. Yeah. Um, I don't know. Maybe I could just picture Zach doing that, and I
yeah,
thought it was funny.
exactly.
But like at the same time, I was like, oh, like this is cool. Like I can pick out like everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, super catchy hook. The background vocals are sounding awesome. They remind me of
Oh.
do you remember the SpongeBob episode? It's kind of like a newer one where like there's like a boy band and like
Uh,
Squidward really likes this boy band.
I don't know if I know it's newer.
It's called Boys Who Cry, I think. That's
Oh,
like the
maybe. I might remember
you
that.
know? Dude,
Yeah.
this sounds like Boys Who Cry. Like whoever's doing that, like
That's
group
so
chat.
funny.
Yeah, group
Yeah,
chat background singers.
those sounded good. I did actually want a little bit more of them because I didn't really notice them consciously until you mentioned it, but
Mhm.
those sounded nice, but I wish they were a little bit louder.
That shit sounded like straight up boy band shit. That was cool. Um yeah, I don't know what to expect from these guys. Like they just do a lot of different shit and yeah, this one I agree with Josh. Like the mix sounded so damn clean compared to the other stuff we've heard in the
Mhm.
past, and like you know some of the other stuff in the past kind of calls for a dirtier mix. I get it, like rock and stuff, especially
Mm.
distortion. We love it there, but yeah, this called for clean, and you guys delivered, so that was super cool. Um, yeah, shout out all the lonely people on February 14th when it's coming up. They'll be rocking this, hopefully, in a happy way. So, but yeah, that was cool. Overall score for vibes. Hmm. I think maybe I'm at like that's pretty damn solid. Like 90 between green and yellow. What about you?
Yeah, I think for vibes, like I like it a lot. I'm gonna say 95% between yellow and green.
I get it. I get it. I just I'm in a nice relationship right now, so maybe I can't relate anymore, or I'm out of touch. Maybe I need to get my heart broken. I don't want to get my heart broken. I'm just kidding,
Yeah.
but is what it is. But content. What do you got?
Yeah, again, content I think is one of the areas that again you guys are like really pushing the boundaries here with just melding different styles and like not being afraid to bring in that second section where it's like just acoustic guitar for a little bit and then it goes back and just I feel like I'm feeling more practicing restraint here with a lot of the instrument parts,
Hmm.
like which is really, really dope. Like that's I mean that's like the sign of great artistry, right? Like nobody's trying to like overshow or like show off or anything like that. You're all working together, and there's a lot of you, right, to make a a great track, right? That just everything works together, nobody steps on each other, and keep it simple and timeless and great.
Hmm.
So the content is awesome. Again, the whole like theme and all of the analogies, the heartstrings, and the recordings, the playing, all of that's super great. So I mean, content is pretty fucking awesome in my opinion. But what do you think?
Yeah, content's like talk your shit, girl.
Yeah.
Yasmin's going off on this guy.
Yeah.
Not good enough for her.
Nope.
You got it. Yeah, I get it. Like move on. You don't need her. You don't need him. Um, But yeah, I like I said, I was listening back to it to see if I could catch that analogy of a broken guitar, but she said something like "you're broke," I think. So maybe it was like a loose reference. I thought it was there, but that would have been crazy. Um, let's see, content wise, yeah, I think the hook was super catchy. I think all the vocal melodies were actually very well delivered. Even the freaking background vocals, they were cool. Instrument wise, everybody is talented as fuck. I could tell. And like Josh said, like um, they're given appropriate times to shine and do their thing. Like there's like one part where like uh, it's like the drum hit and then everybody dropped out and it was just Zach going like or something. So it's cool. It wasn't too crowded at any point.
Yeah.
Kind of gave me a focal point to kind of listen to. Um, the only thing is sometimes it kind of contradicts what I just said, but there's sometimes when there's a lot of stuff going on. Yasmin's singing the main kind of verse, um, and I'm trying to like get the story from her because she's talking her shit. I want to hear what she's talking about.
Yeah.
And then there's like all this stuff happening, and I don't know. I don't know if it's a mixing thing or a performance thing, where she might be focusing more on the pitches themselves than the words, because sometimes I would get a little bit lost. That was very rare when it happened, but I noticed it. So that's the only thing I think critique wise I could say for content. But uh, I think for the most part, you guys delivered the message that you're trying to deliver, and did it in such a clean and professional way. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
So, what about you?
Actually, I thought of one more thing for content. I felt a little bit like the bridge was missing something. Like the bridge just felt like it did go to a bit of a different place, like
Mhm.
musically, but like sonically, it didn't really. And I
Yeah.
sort of expect that kind of bridge in this kind of song to have some sort of special sauce that's poured on it, right? Like,
I don't even remember a bridge actually.
yeah,
That's crazy.
because it was a
Kinda
bridge.
blended, yeah.
Yeah, it was a bridge in the sense of the chords were different than the other sections.
Oh, I
And
just skipped to it. I got it, okay.
right, but the like the energy didn't change really. The sort of vibe didn't change all that much. So just like I mean, I think where those chords were going, it would make sense to have some sort of I'm almost thinking of the way that the energy changes in like Silk Sonic songs.
Hmm.
How they bring in there's like those like chimes or like some sort of cue, right? Yeah, like
Yeah.
a cue to like bring you into this different section. And
Ah.
then something like smooth in the background. It could be like keys, like some sort of electronic like E keys part, like an E piano that
Yeah.
Zach is doing with just like more chordal. Um
I
or like
see.
something with the drums, like some sort of like shaker thing or like a tambourine or like something to just like bring a little bit more sparkle into that section and really differentiate and tell us that we're going somewhere else now because that's what a
Hmm.
bridge is supposed to do. It's what a bridge does.
I
Um,
see what you're saying. Yeah.
just something to elevate it a little bit.
Mhm.
That was one thought I had when I was listening, and but other than that, like again, I really like all the other content. Uh, yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. Score?
Score for content, I think I would say 90% between yellow and green.
That's what I was gonna say too.
Yeah.
Solid as fuck. Um, and then production.
Yeah, and then production, like again, everything is really great, especially compared to where you guys are coming from. It's just going up and up and up.
Yeah.
Um, the first thought that I had was I know we had some issues in the past with the bass being like usually not audible enough, and sometimes there's different. Bass is really hard to work with, especially when you are working on a set of monitors that don't have a subwoofer. And I
Mhm.
can't remember. I don't know if you got this mixed at the studio, but I don't know if you guys have a sub there. I can't remember. Either way, it's difficult even if you have a sub because like rooms are really difficult to get to work well with bass specifically. So that's the hardest part. I mean, you can like mix with headphones or check on headphones. Again, checking on like a reference system like a car or like all of your cars, like, you know, that can be really helpful, especially in the low end section, because you can be missing a chunk of the low end that your speakers can't reproduce that's really significant. And that's going to be represented really differently on like different people's headphones or different people's cars, stuff like that. So what I heard with the bass this time wasn't that it wasn't there. It was actually that it was just slightly boxy sounding. So that's probably just like mostly an EQ thing, but it's very common. Like I'll say it's really difficult to get a very round, yet punchy bass tone. I did hear a little bit of boxiness there, and it kind of translates to the rest of the track. So it just makes things sound a little bit more like
Hello?
you're hearing. What? Can you hear me?
Oh, I was just saying, not hello, hollow. Like,
Oh, I
does
thought
it
you said
feel
hello.
hollow? Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, like I don't know if it's hollow. I think that's a little bit different. That's like more of a
Yeah.
mid
What do you
scoop
mean? What do you
thing.
mean by boxy?
Boxy. It's when there's like a little bit of too much presence in like the mids, like the low mids. Um, to where it gets in the way of all the other MIDI instruments, right? Not MIDI,
MIDI.
but mid focused
Yeah.
instruments.
Got it.
And it might have been a little bit of the same situation with the snare.
Mhm.
Especially when there were like more involved like snare fills or parts with that, the sort of boxiness of that came out a little bit too. And again, usually it's just a matter of translating the EQ so that you're eliminating those things and highlighting the snappier regions.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, it's also exactly where you put the emphasis on the EQ in the bass guitar. If you sort of bring it like a little bit lower, but then make sure that you're, I guess it's sort of like a beater frequency. It's the same idea as with a kick, where you've got the attack on the strings, making sure that's in the right place relative to the bass, and just trying to get as much of a round sound as you can. And again, try like mixing that on headphones at some points. It's just really hard to do on regular speakers sometimes. But yeah, that was the one thing. And then again, snare a little boxy. I would suggest maybe miking up the snare with like at least 2 mics so that you can get a really big detailed sound out of it, and maybe even consider using like a shotgun mic on the snare instead of a regular dynamic, because again, for like rock mixes you can usually get away with like an SM57 or something like that. But for this kind of mix where you want it to all be really crisp and sort of high fidelity sounding, something like a shotgun condenser that's got a focused like access and projection, so you can use it on a drum kit, but provides more detail and more of the high end and the crispness, could help the whole track sound more crisp. There are certain elements that like sort of influence your perception of everything. And so if the bass guitar sounds really thick and low down and foundational, doesn't get in the way, the whole track sounds nice and big and warm and round and all that stuff. If you get that wrong, the whole thing can sound a little bit more boxy. Same thing with the snare. If the snare doesn't sound crisp or it sounds weird, the whole recording starts to sound a little bit amateur. And like, again, all the other elements are coming through really well, so it's not that much of an issue, but there's a slight little thing there that I can still hear that's like, I used to hear more of that, I think, in your older mixes, and it's gotten reduced and reduced and reduced, but there's like 2% of it there. So that's just like, if you can get through that, like, boom, you're there, good to go, radio ready. This is the kind of shit that can actually compete and stack up with like the artists and bands on these big Spotify playlists, because they sound well produced. They sound like what listeners expect. There's no weirdness or awkwardness in the sonic profile or whatever. Like, and then that bridge part, right? If you bring the sparkle into that, it elevates the whole thing to being like, holy shit, I need to add this to my playlist. And everybody thinks that. And then that's like, you're going. So it's that last 2% that's like so crucial. And I'm obviously still going to add this to my playlist. I love this fucking song.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it's that concept of how do you get to a wide audience? And you really have to be indistinguishable from the stuff that is big already. You don't have to be exactly the same, but your quality level needs to be there.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, you might get lucky with, listeners like me included, where you hear it from the beginning and you really like it and you would add it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the bridge, if it's like, if people are unconvinced and like, yeah, they're decent, but and then the bridge goes like,
you're just trying to convince. Like, your assumption is that anything that goes like a little bit wrong, there are going to be people that get turned off by it. And what you have to do is convince them. Like, keep convincing them. Like, I don't know if they're going to be convinced by this bridge. Like, it's good, but it could really be better. Like, add some points to your overall total and make that bridge really pop. And then you've got a higher likelihood that like more people are going to be wowed. So, yeah.
That contrast. But I also want to say there's like a Thundercat-esque fucking wah, 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 wah part going on as well. I think it happened in the bridge. Fucking love that sound, by the way. But anyways, that was production on Josh's part. I don't think I have too much to add. I did bring up the panning, and you were saying that it might be a little bit too distracting. It sounds like everybody is like panned normally except Zach.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Like,
it
Zach's
is.
like way out to the right for some
It
reason.
is. It reminds me a little bit of how do you pronounce it? Nyan Cat. Do you remember that?
Oh, I love
Where it
Nyan
just
Cat.
goes sort of up and down. There's like rainbows. Like that's
Yeah.
it's like Zach's keyboard going back and forth.
Yeah. That's Zach. That's how I picture
That's
Zach would play
funny.
the keyboard too. So.
Yeah. Dude, if he could like walk with it, like if he had like guitar, he'd be going all around the stage.
He'd be invincible.
He'd be in the crowd.
Some ideas, Zach. But I like being able to picture everybody in their sonic space, including Neon Cat, Zach. But maybe it's a little bit over dramatic for it. But yeah,
I was just sort of
cool.
wanting like when it was on one side, I was like, this is dope. It feels like everyone's kind of in the room in a specific place.
Yeah.
But then when it would switch, it kind of ungrounds you, and you're like, oh, like okay, they're doing something to try to be like, I don't know. I usually find that panning like that usually is pretty distracting because it's like a spatial thing.
Mhm.
And like if your brain hears something like physically moving around, it can be a little bit unsettling actually, where you're like,
Mm.
why is it going over there? Why is it going over there? And
Mhm.
it takes your attention away from the other stuff.
True, true, true. But yeah, so yeah, maybe it was just a little bit drastic, but there, I agree with Josh. Like when it was just kind of like everybody's in their own zone, like they're playing on a stage, and Zach's on the right. It's cool.
Hmm.
Even that might be a little bit strong panned, but um, I don't think I have too much to add on production other than I thought it sounded really, really clean. That acoustic guitar sounds really good.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So you have a
Score.
score?
I think my production score would also be 90.
I was gonna say, okay, yeah, that was higher than I thought that you'd put it after the feedback, but then again, you said it was just like 2% kind of there. I
Yeah,
my
it's
pr-
small
my
stuff.
production score is at 90% as well.
Dope.
Yeah,
So track total.
track
What do you
total
think?
that puts me. I'll put a 94% between green and yellow. I think this is solid as fuck. I mean, they released it. Um, I think people are gonna like it. People are gonna love it.
Yeah.
Um, and as they should. I think it's a solid group chat song, and I can hear their growth. So that's awesome.
Yeah. I think I would say, hmm. I think I'll just say 95%. I mean, I really like the track overall. Like it's super fun and just cool, and you guys are again pushing boundaries and going forward. So
Hmm.
excited to add this to the playlist and keep listening to it, and to see you guys live at House of Blues February
Yeah,
25th.
they're also versatile as fuck. This is like completely different.
Very, yeah. Very
So
creative
that's cool.
folks.
But shout out group
Pretty
chat.
cool.
Appreciate you guys.
Yes. Thank you guys for submitting. Love to hear it.
Some good music on a Friday. Some
And
familiar faces. We love it.
yes, and why don't we mention now? I was just thinking of this, but like I think you guys are probably working on an album already. I'd imagine, or soon.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly think it would be great for you guys to get feedback on stuff while you're in the process, sort of.
Hmm.
And depending on the time frame of when you guys are working on this and finishing stuff up, you might be able to use FastTrack, the platform. Which again, this announcement is for everybody. One of the things we've been doing, little link is in the chat right there, is
Yep.
building a product or like a web platform that you can join. It's free to join, and you can. It's basically a marketplace. You can find professionals in the music industry, people who offer music services. They've had experience with a lot of artists in the past and kind of know what to look for, that can give you detailed feedback like we do here in a sort of interactive format that you can go back and review later and collaborate with people on your projects. And it's just also sort of a bunch of collaboration tools for your music. That's a platform that we're working on building and we've been working on for quite a while now. Getting close to launching, and we're going to have a beta version of the product that you can join and be one of the first people to use and test it out. Let us know if there are things that don't work. Hopefully there aren't, but if there are any bugs, you'll be part of that
There
process.
will
All,
be.
all that
Yeah.
fun, yeah. But you'll be in the
Guaranteed.
wild west of something new to help you get you really good, regular feedback on your stuff and just supercharge your music collaboration and productivity workflows. So
Yeah.
if you want to join the beta, get on the wait list there. Just go to our website, fasttrack.studio. And yeah, we'll let you know when you get in as we start letting people into it. And yeah, it should be a fun time.
Yep.
But
What he
yeah,
said.
that's
Yeehaw,
that.
partner.
All right,
Let's do
dope.
it.
So then I noticed we got a donation from Redwater, I believe.
Bruh, Redwater. Shout out Redwater.
Welcome back, Redwater.
Wait. Me and Nate got bored. That is the only way to describe this to be. Sorry. I was
The
reading his
song?
stuff. He
Oh,
just because I know that they just released a new single. I
uh-huh.
think I saw it on Instagram story. I gave it a fire because I thought it was cool. I don't know if
Hmm.
I listened to it yet, but this is a work in progress. So very interesting, Redwater.
Sweet. So just
And
to reiterate here, we've got and hey Sam. So Sam is Redwater.
sheesh.
Um, we've got you first, and then Lowe's
Yep.
is going to be after that, and then Bread, and then
Yep.
the Astronomers. So, oh man, we probably have time for
Right. I thought.
3 more, and we have
Yeah.
4, and we have 4 in the queue now. And the Astronomers, we want to get to yours because you submitted today, but we have to go in order based on people's submissions and if anybody donates. So, if you need to be today, you want to be today. Just feel free to send us a tip on our Streamlabs link there if you want to send it in the chat,
Yep.
and you'll be up right after Redwater actually if you want to do that. Otherwise, we do get to everyone that we review but it'll be next week, and you'd probably be up first next week. So it's up to you, whichever you want to do. But yeah, let us know.
Yep.
Otherwise, we can go straight into Redwater.
Let's do it. Shout out 10 viewers. We just hit it. Great. Good stuff. It'd be like that sometimes, up and down.
It's probably 5 people from group chat.
Oh my god. Oh, really? What's up, group chat?
It might not be.
I just heard like a 1-second snippet of this, and I'm looking at the fucking album art. Is this a country song?
Don't spoil it.
I mean, it says me and Nate got bored. That's the only way to describe
this. Oh boy. Okay.
Is this gonna be like comedy? I wonder. But you ready?
Yeah.
It's a Rary song featuring Redwater.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
3, 2. I think Redwater's mixing it. Correct me if I'm wrong. So 3, 2, 1.
Angel on the track.
This is like
until I am done with
okay, he's got to be louder.
you. She was a pretty young thing, sundress on.
Bro, he has such a good country voice. No way.
She's the type to love.
It's a lot of auto-tune
but
country.
Classy,
right.
Get drunk anyway. She's an old country girl in an old country world, and I'd stay with you. Are you looking for a boy who don't make a lot of noise? Can I lay with you? I try to be there for you. And I cry out to the girl who's gonna be there for me.
How did you guys even find this beat?
So please don't leave.
On country YouTube.
Right.
Country Spice.
Don't leave until I am done with.
From a small town where I grew up,
what?
Hanging around the woods with screw-ups. I just hope that I can get back to you. And it's just one thing that I need in this life. It's a couple drinks and you on a cold night. But when we fight,
bro, you have a
it
country
tears
voice right
my
there.
heart
That's
apart. Let me just try again, babe, from the start.
Great harmony.
That sounds
we
great.
both know we're not getting any younger. So hop in my truck, cause I don't want no other woman next to me.
Their Illinois is showing.
Give me a chance.
Is that truck and champagne?
Show you the best of me.
I try to be there for. And I cry out to the girl who's gonna be there for me. So please don't leave until I am done with you.
And why are you laughing at your own song?
I am done with you.
Dude, was this our first country song of the stream?
It might be, which is crazy.
It's crazy that it's only Redwater and Rary.
That shit's fire.
Maybe the country folk just don't use technology enough to be on Twitch.
Yeah, maybe not. Dude, that
I
is
don't know.
so crazy.
Dude.
You
Wow.
guys actually have like great country voices, like unironically. Like Nate's got the "baby lock them door" kind of voice, and turn the lights down low, and then like dude, fucking, I need Redwater for like the big finish, and I need the instrumental to it's got to come up because the instrumental the whole time was just like kind of laid back all the time. But you know, there's those big country songs where they have like a big finish and they have that fucking instrument. I don't know what it's called, but fucking country shit.
Oh, a pedal steel guitar?
Yeah, yeah, like that right now it was literally just like um
Acoustic guitar,
acoustic
bass, and
guitar.
drums.
Yeah, it sounded like what is that song that goes da 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 na 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 na.
Oh my
It sounded like
god.
that song.
Breakaway by Kelly
Breakaway.
Clarkson?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Love that
I'll
song.
spread my wings and
Yeah.
but
A
so
little
it
bit,
sounded like the verse of that, which is great, right? But that
but
song also in the chorus it goes like
yeah.
I'll spread
Dude,
my
the
wings and
chorus of that song is easily one of those, like, 100+ track pop songs. I mean,
yeah.
there's so much that goes into making one of these songs sound really big with
Mm,
just, like, all the subtle layers and stuff.
mhm.
You're not gonna get there with just, like, 3 tracks.
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
there was sort of the strings, the violin stuff, but, and I'm curious, like, what so layers yeah, layers on layers. Um, just, like, did you guys get all these different parts? Were these all samples or, like,
Yeah, it's just Splice. Like, how'd you guys
separately
get
or
this? They do a lot of YouTube stuff,
looked up
especially for
country
fun.
type beat? Oh my god.
Dude,
It's hilarious. It's so
how?
funny.
There's this like weird like I don't know how you found this because this is like legit country like because I know that there's like a pocket of like country hip hop that's like sprouting up right now
Like,
that doesn't sound like
Old
this.
Old
This
Town Road,
yeah something like that.
that was the start.
Right. But like that's very different from what this is, right? This is like
Yeah,
straight
yeah.
up country, and it's funny that you found it by saying country type beat. We're here now. Country type beat by Redwater and Rary of all people.
It's
That's
so funny,
crazy.
dude.
Yeah, but
It's great.
yeah. So first impressions, like I could tell that you guys are somewhat like outsiders to this genre, just because like the way that it was produced, like there's auto tune on it, and I think you guys are trying to do vibrato, uh, but it's like the auto tune is either not letting you do it well, or maybe your performances were like kind of throwing it off. I don't know, but yeah, it's definitely like softer, on the retune speed, slower that you guys need if you need auto tune at all at this point. But yeah, there's some pockets where you guys are like having the accent and everything, and it sounds fucking legit. And when you guys do the harmonies too, like both of you guys, it sounds fantastic. So um, yeah, you guys could do. I forget who's the low guy. I think it's Alan Jackson, and then Redwater can be Jimmy Buffett or something. But that's cool, man. Just kind of funny, but also like they got like something going. Like if they wanted to do a country spinoff, they could.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's those are my vibes, first impressions. But what do you got?
I think I sort of said my vibes, first impressions. I can probably go into detail about stuff in the other ones, but, yeah, man, it's funny because we know who you guys are and,
Yeah.
like and there's a lot of parts of it that are really good, like, surprisingly good.
No, yeah, you said we could be harsh and like we could sit here and roast you guys about the stuff that sounded ass, but there was like some parts where I was like, oh, this actually sounds good.
I know, it's crazy. But, yeah, I mean,
Um,
I think just straight up vibes, I would give it like a 75 between yellow and green.
yeah. Yeah, I could tell that this is like I don't think you guys I mean you put in work in progress either. It's obviously not like something that I'd be like, okay guys, this is ready to pitch to CMT or whatever,
Pitch to
wherever
Universal.
wherever the country
CMT,
people
yeah.
go. This isn't gonna hit the Nashville tour
You
anytime
could probably
soon.
go on American Idol and win. There's
Uh,
always, like, American Idol and The Voice, all those shows. There is, like, a really good, like, soul singer or something like that, and
mhm.
then, like, a super boring white country person,
And
and
then
they
the country
fucking
person wins.
always win, dude. They
I don't
always
even
win
know.
because only the Southerners vote on those shows.
I was gonna say like I haven't watched that shit in such a long time.
Yeah, and I just hear about them now, but it's always been like that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys wanna win one of those shows and get, like, a record deal, that might be the way to go.
Maybe I would fucking love to see that. You guys do that. You should do that just for
Yeah.
like a joke. Just go do it.
You could, like,
That'd be awesome.
break TV, break the internet with that. People would
Yeah.
be freaking out, like, "Oh my god, there's this hip hop country duo, and, like, they're just everyone's voting for them." Like,
Oh, slow your roll, Josh. Okay, we don't want to sell these guys a big dream. All right.
well, you know how it goes when people, who are unqualified, let's say, go on, like, American Idol auditions, and they used to make fun of them?
Yeah.
They're
Oh no, don't. Maybe you guys could be that guys.
yeah, you could try that one too. You'll still get exposure.
You
All
guys should come
publicity
up
is
with
good.
like fucking a 10-gallon ass hat too, like just big, just like this big.
Yeah, you'd get on the final reel for sure.
You can't even see my head, but it's like this. All right, anyways, but yeah,
Score.
vibes 69. Gotta go with 69 between green and yellow. How could I not?
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough, partner.
Yep.
But content, what do you got?
Content. Yeah, I mean, I think so. The track like sounds good. The acoustic guitar sounds good. The bass sounds good. Group chat, if any of you are still here, that's the kind of bass that I was talking about, where it's just like very round and full. It doesn't sound like the bass is like this thing that's on top of everything. It sounds like it is the part of the track. It's like the foundation of everything. It's like it fills the low end space instead of being a kind of like pocket of low mid low bass area stuff, if that makes any sense. But yeah, those instruments sound really good. I like your guys' vocal tone. My main issue is with the auto tune usage, which I'll talk about in production probably more. But it is a little bit simple. I mean, you guys said you just found this track and did it kind of as a joke, but like the strings, I feel like were sort of there, but it like they could have been doing more. If you had control over that, I don't know if you do or not. And just adding some layers to sort of make it sound more fleshed out.
I need that country
Oh,
guitar
the
thing.
pedal lap steel, yeah.
Yeah, I need that shit.
Well, it can either be a lap steel or a pedal steel. I won't go into it, but yeah. I mean, overall, it is really nice. The foundation sounds really good, actually, both from the track point and your guys' stuff. And there's some good lines in there too. If you guys wrote all of this, like shit, that's pretty impressive for a first try at a country song.
Yeah, there's something about get in my truck, and right there I
Well,
knew.
that one, yeah, that was like
Yeah.
I knew they had to, but like there were some other
Yeah.
lines that I can't remember now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure in another song of Redwater's, he's talking about his Benz. So I don't know, man. Do Mercedes Benz make trucks? Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe he has just a lot of cars.
Maybe he does. Maybe he does. But that's just funny knowing you guys and the style of music that you have. But yeah, you guys let your Illinois show. So is there enough time to get a submission in, peeps? What's up, at odds?
At
Near.
odds, welcome back.
Um,
You can submit one. We've got more queue than we can get through unless you donate. So if you do donate, we can get to you today. Otherwise, you will be next week.
So many expensive exotic cars. I promise I'm not lying. I promise, bro. I promise. All right. If that's true, then I'll believe you guys on the truck too. But I need some more corn. I need some more 10-gallon hat. I need some more boots. I need some more yeehaws. That's what I need. I need this to
You need a
go.
Glock for each one too, right?
A Glock?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. Maybe not.
You
We're
need
not trying to
you need
expose.
a Glock in your Rary.
You're very. Oh, all right. All right. Somebody stop this man. All
He's
right.
got a Ferrari.
All right. All right. We're gonna end the stream right now. I
Yes.
can't
All
take it
right.
anymore.
See you guys.
So more Spurs, brother. Yeehaw. But
You have any content stuff or score?
I already talked about it. I think the beat right now is really bare bones, and it could definitely add some stuff. Maybe I'm not used to it with these guys because their style is usually like just bar for bar, like punching in. It's very like a lot of lyrics to handle, and then this was the complete opposite. So it's kind of hard to like my mind wanted to go faster than what they were singing, and I don't know if that's like a bias that I have with these guys specifically, or if it was like the way that things were written. But I'd just say keep that in mind.
I think it could have been the way that things were sung in this case, because
Right?
I think
It just felt kind of slow.
some of the lines I think felt a little bit painfully long or slow because of the way that those
Dude, Lil
like
Rary is here. Sorry.
hey, let's go. Because of the way that those like vibratos or when you were holding out notes at the end of lines were a little
Yeah.
bit awkward. It partly could have been the delivery, but also sounded like it was being heavily modified by the autotune. And I don't know if you guys did any like stretching of any of those to make them longer, but they definitely sounded a little bit pretty awkward on those parts. So like again, I'll talk about that more in production. But
Dude, I fucking called them out. Look, he said it's actually funny. I freestyled and punched in all those vocals, so maybe that's why it didn't sound too natural in the
it's
delivery.
funny. Well, so that was another part of it. I did definitely hear where you punched in and where things overlapped like really significantly.
Yeah,
And that I thought didn't sound right. It was a little uncanny valley there.
that's why you could tell. Like these guys are not around these parts for
Yeah.
sure. But
Exactly.
yeah, it was still this made me smile listening to it. It was
Oh
cool.
yeah, definitely. But
Um, content. What am I at? I can't say 69 for every score, can I?
I mean, good.
I think I'll go. Maybe I'll go a little bit lower because I want more uh memorable lines
A little lower than
from you guys.
69.
Yeah, I'll go 50. These
Okay.
ain't our stomping grounds, brother. Nah, it's all good. It's good. Put your big boy boots on, and you'll get there. You'll get there. But
You gotta pull yourself up by your bootstraps, boy.
you darn tootin'. But did you give a score for content? 69.
Yeah, mine's 69.
All right, production.
For production, I sort of talked about it, but I think yeah, your auto tune is fucking things up a little bit. Like it's
Yeah.
sort of cool, like if you're trying to intentionally blend like sort of the hip hop, like demeanor
Mhm,
with or delivery with like country. That's like happening right now.
mhm.
Uh, and you just sort of need to decide how you
Or
want
it's
to do it.
not cool. It depends on who you ask, but
Yeah, yeah, it's like you have to. It's really difficult to get the auto tune to sound right with this because it's just
yep.
like people's expectation is to hear more of like a country delivery, but then if your auto tune is like sort of half-assing it and it's not obvious, again, you're in like uncanny valley where it's just weird. But if you're trying to do it as an effect and it's more aggressive with the stepping and stuff, sometimes it can work. But if it's too aggressive, it just seems like gaudy and weird. So
Yeah.
it's really difficult to get that sweet spot where you're showing them that you're using auto tune sort of as like a stylistic tool
Yeah.
and not like something that's annoying either on the spectrum of doing too much or it being like artifacty and warbly and weird.
Yeah. I
The
think it's
other,
definitely more orbly and
yeah,
weird this time.
definitely warbly. And the alternative, honestly, of this kind of thing is like you could try just delivering it without all the autotune. Like you could use pitch correction, which is different, right?
Yeah.
Where you're just correcting some of the pitches, and like a lot of DAWs have really good built-in pitch correction now, or you could, I don't know, you might even be able to play around with the settings in autotune,
That's
or
what I do
do, or like
usually.
if you have particularly bad areas and the rest of it's fine, just correct those areas individually, and it will sound even more natural. So
Yep.
it's okay for not everything to be completely perfect, and where it's less than perfect, you can make corrections specifically. But yeah, talking about overlapping. Yeah,
Yeah.
the overlapping was just like really long overlaps where we're like, what the hell? I'm hearing two vocals right now. Like, which
Yeah.
should I focus on? This is weird.
Yeah.
So be careful with those also. Um, that's most of what I got, I think, for production. What do you have?
Dude, are you guys like country boys for real? Like what's happening? Like I can't get a read on this. Cuz this wasn't a meme song, right? But it kind of was at the same time.
It could be a
But
good song, man.
no, yeah, like
It's legit.
if you guys like want to do it, that'd be crazy. It's just cool. It's cool the kind of breadth that they go for. But yeah, production. I mean, told you this sounded like a country type beat, and it's funny that you guys looked up country type beat and this came up. There just needs to be more. Mix wise, it sounds pretty good. Like in terms of the vocal mixing, like the auto tune is definitely uh like way too strong. I don't know if you guys are
Yeah.
trying to do vibrato. Like for Nate's notes, like when you hold it out long, it sounded like he was doing vibrato, which
Hmm.
like good. That's what a good singer would do. But like the auto tune was not computing. It was just like
Yeah, yeah.
so like yeah. At some points, like automation, right? Take that shit off when it doesn't need it, and then when it does need it, like put it back on and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
yeah, production. I am at 69 between green and yellow. What do you at?
God. Production, I think I might say 65 for that one. Like it's just I mean it's the auto tune and the overlap stuff is just kind of takes away from it a little bit, but it's cool otherwise. I like it.
You're at 65 and won't go to 69. What in tarnation?
Nah.
I just wanted to
I
say
had
that.
enough 69 in the last one.
Gross. All right. Track total. I'm at 69 between green and yellow. Good job,
Oh, who
partner.
could have predicted that?
Yeah. 68.
um all right,
You don't
well,
like the score? Blame Josh.
I,
68.
I'm going to go 70.
Damn. Make me look like a bad guy. All right. But yeah, dude, for real. Like, if you
Cool.
guys want to do like country shit, like that's crazy. Like,
Yeah, man, make a whole album.
yeah, get into the country scene around here. Like
Get on
Rose Bowl.
CMT.
Rose Bowl is like a country bar. So
Yeah,
there's definitely bands out here that are doing the country thing. Like, it'd be crazy if you guys actually like collabed with them. But
get out
cool.
there.
Yeah, thanks for the the dono as well. We appreciate it. Bread, when are we? 1, 2, 3. I'm lagging so bad. Sad. Because I think you might be up next. No, Law's.
Laws, yeah. So as of now, it's going to be Laws and then Bread.
Yep.
If anybody wants to skip the queue, so astronomers or at odds, if you want to submit, again, we mentioned it before. There's a tip link, $5 minimum.
Yeah. I
You do
wanted to
that.
say, I don't know. I think at odds a while ago did a sub, but I don't think we did anything for it. I think they left at the
You
time.
sure? Well,
We'd
so
have
I
to
think in general, I mean, just the standard mechanism is donation because the
Yeah,
subscription is like less than half of our minimum for the donation, so
that's true. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not really valid.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you, at odds, for that.
But yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out what we could do, but we didn't see you for a while. So,
Yeah.
but now you're back.
It's sort of like we got offered the, like, Twitch affiliate thing, we're like, "Oh, that's cool," but then they're like, "You can't stream to YouTube anymore," we're like, okay," and then we're like, all this weird, like, subscription stuff, we're like, "How the fuck does this work?"
Yeah, we do not know what the fuck we're
We don't
doing,
know what we're doing,
and they take
but
a fat percentage. So
yeah, but soon enough, we're gonna be managing this from the platform, which is gonna be 1,000 times better anyways, so
yeah, we are
that's
learning
where we'll be.
partners. Darn tootin'.
Yes, alright. Laws, how do you pronounce it? Tell us.
Laws. I'm getting back into making metal and shit. Metal? Fuck
Ooh,
yeah.
let's go.
It's called Misery. Misery. You ready?
Misery. Oh, wait,
Yep.
I have to get the new
Yes,
one.
demo.
Yes, demo. Okay,
I
okay,
feel like
okay,
I've
okay.
seen your profile picture before. Have you submitted before?
Hmm.
All right, you ready?
Yep, let's do it.
Yep. Yes, demo. 3, 2, 1. This is not metal.
Limit of distortion.
I don't know, man.
2-bit.
Okay, it is metal.
There we go.
But this is a fake drum kit, right?
Whoa. Harmonics are crazy.
On what, the guitar?
Yeah. Where it goes really high.
So, Laws, are you a producer? Like,
I think it's LOZ. Wow.
So, what's your plans with this?
I just died. That's how death metal it was.
Yeah, that was pretty dead. But LOZ, Laws, tell us what's up. Are you a producer? Are you like a person that wants to make a metal song? Because right away, like, I need real instruments, man.
Or are you the guitar? I can't tell. I think the guitar is real.
Yeah, are you the guitarist? Let us know, because there's like right away, it's like obviously not radio ready, right? Like, if I
Yes.
heard this on
Well,
the
it
radio,
is
I'd be
only a
like,
minute
what
too.
is happening?
Oh, you
Right.
produced? So, okay, so you didn't play any of the instruments then, I'm guessing?
Right. So are you producing it to make it sound real, like a real metal song, or are you trying to like pitch this as an idea?
Yeah,
Because it's hard to convince anybody that this is like a radio ready song that's listenable. If I heard this on the radio, I'd start laughing because I'm like, wait, what's
that
happening?
would be
Like,
the funny meme. Oh, you
yeah,
play
it'd be like,
guitar. Okay, cool. That's
oh,
what I
okay,
thought.
okay, okay,
So that makes sense. That's good.
okay,
But
yeah.
when you say demo, do you mean that this is gonna? What are you planning on doing with this? Because right now this is exactly a minute, right? It doesn't really have much of a structure yet.
No,
Um, it's like there's some characteristics of metal, right? Like it's got the drum style, the fast drums,
yeah.
super punchy kick, and then it's got the metal guitar, and again, the harmonics and all that stuff is cool. It's got that little break in the middle, which is kind of fun. There's like that little delay tail. I don't know what that was from. That was kind of laughable. Like it's just like, why is that there?
Yeah.
But obviously it's super short. Like it's just sort of like what are your goals with this song? What are you trying to do with it? What are you trying
Yeah.
to demonstrate here? I sort of feel like this is at the point where it's almost like too early to give useful feedback
Right.
because we don't know
That's
like
why we need context.
yeah, like what's the structure of the song gonna be like? What's this is it supposed to be a legit metal song or like what's the usage of it? Because
Yeah.
right now it's kind of like got some remnants of being metal. But
That
it has no
beginning was
song
like,
structure. Yeah, the beginning was like, what
is
is
going
this?
on? Yeah.
Yeah, like
This shit
why?
was
Like
like Red Bull butt chugging moment. Like, I don't know.
yeah, like I mean, it was just that was sort of distorted to the point that, and it just wasn't like that interesting. Like it was just sort of this repeated loop thing that was like super heavily distorted, and you're like, or bit crushed or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, what
It was
is?
kind of mixed quiet too. I wish it was louder actually.
Yeah, yeah, it wasn't like super like in your face even because yeah, just because of the
Yeah.
volume and stuff and production. But yeah, I
The
don't know.
guitar
Like
sounds great actually, listening back to it.
yeah, no, the guitar playing is cool, but it's kind of like there's a long way to go with the instrumentation, the song structure. Um, yeah, man, just the songwriting. The songwriting is the biggest thing, and then the production is obviously also hugely important. But yeah, right now I wouldn't really call it a song yet,
I
right?
just listened to the delay tail you're talking about. It was pretty good. Yeah, the
Yeah.
guitars actually sound really solid actually, and there's some nice mixing stuff that you're doing, like, I think the doubles on the left
I
and right,
mean,
so
I will say like the playing sounds good, but they are extremely muddy.
yeah.
There's just not a lot of clarity or definition on them really. Like you can tell what's going on above a certain point, but a lot of it's just washed out with distortion and mid range and stuff. Doesn't sound very clean. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Like vibes. Do you have any other thoughts or score?
Um, he says, "I'm getting vocals on this. I'm just trying to make a nice metalcore song. I mix a lot of genres with metal. Metalcore. I don't know what metalcore and metal difference is.
There's about 1,000 different subgenres.
What about a drummer? I mean, listening back, that wasn't the worst drum kit that I heard, but I could just immediately tell it's electronic drums. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I still don't generally go straight to suggesting a real drummer for this kind of stuff because it's actually so much harder to get a good drummer, B, a good recording on the drum kit that's within like your price range because it's really expensive to do it yourself and it's expensive to pay somebody to do it.
Hmm,
But it is possible today to put in some extra work, much less than you would be doing with real drums, to get your fake drums to sound real.
I see.
So, like, I wouldn't go most of the time. I wouldn't go straight to that unless it's like a sort of softer genre where you have a little bit more flexibility with the drum sound. But
Yeah,
with this kind of thing, yeah, it's not bad. Drum kit's not bad, but there's
it
that.
is not bad. Yeah.
What happens usually is like it's difficult because if you want something to hit really hard, you're probably going to make the note velocities really high, right? And then you end up with all 127s on like the kick, especially, and it just comes through the same every time. It just sounds there's too much beater frequency. You could like try EQing that to be a little bit less prominent, and it actually probably will make things sound more natural. That's a
Hmm.
lot of the reason why these sampled drum kits don't sound real is because they give you a ton of like beater frequency and sort of the snappiness, which is good. But if you want to make it sound more natural, putting that into a room that attenuates some of the high a little bit, so like a little bit of a reverb on it, or just EQing some of that so that it sounds more like a real drum recording. It's almost
You
like
caught him.
yeah, it's almost like it sounds too perfect when you get them out of the box. So you
Yeah.
have to kind of EQ and make it sound a little bit more natural.
Yeah.
Even like they might come with compressor settings like applied in the plugin. Remove that and use your own compressors, and you might be able to again make it sound more natural.
Yeah. Also, you could experiment with like these AI drum players. Like, I don't know if Logic is the only only DAW that has it, but
Mhm.
they have like a pretty
Pretty damn
nice,
good.
like, yeah, pretty damn good. And I've been on songs where they have an AI drummer. So Josh is correct, like in saying like you could definitely get a pretty decent sounding drum kit that's electronic, but you just need all the kind of intricacies that a drummer would really do. Like they wouldn't be playing it all at 127 velocity, right? Like it would be
Right.
very varied. It's very human, and AI is getting pretty damn good.
Yeah.
So look into something like that, and yeah, maybe you'll make me eat my words. Like you don't need a actual drummer, just get an electronic one. Um, but yeah, there's definitely just a lot of development that needs to happen here. Um, I and that delay tail made me laugh so hard, so it makes me want to give a 69. And I think between the colors, it would be between yellow and red, 69% for vibes. What
Between
about you?
redo and develop.
Yeah, between redo and develop. Yeah.
Yeah, for vibes, I think I would say I think I would say 50% between redo and develop. I just think it's not very far along yet, and there's parts that you should reconsider. Like you can try. A lot of it is, I think, because the production isn't happening yet, and some of it could be like greatly improved with some more intentional, legit production. But it's just so muddy right now. The whole thing is just muddy. There's too much distortion to the point where it's degradation, right? Like there's distortion that adds grit and edge and texture, and then there's distortion that is just that it
Sandpaper.
degrades the signal. I mean, that's what distortion does. And if you have too much of it, you lose the musicality and the actually the punchiness and the weight of what you're doing. So again, it's a little bit counterintuitive sometimes. But yeah, I think that's fine for vibes. For content, again, I mean, you've got a minute of song here, right, with a pretty long tail in the end, so less than a minute, basically. And like a lot of that is just the intro, which is like super kind of repetitive, not that interesting. It just sort of sounds like deep fried.
Yeah. I would actually like it if it was mixed louder and like
some
shorter, like maybe shorter and
shorter,
kind of
it's something more like more variable in it. It's just all like a, like
yeah,
something there.
Yeah. Because I like bullshit like that, but it was just like not executed very well.
Yeah.
But yeah. So you have a score for content? I mean,
yeah. I mean, I think
there needs to be a structure first of all. Like it sounds like you have like, oh, this section sounds kind of cool. This section, other section's different, and it might sound kind of cool. But then the transition is like drop out, and then, like it sounds like you like mess up on the guitar or something, and then there's a delay tail on it. So it's like emphasize. It's like and it's just like funny. So
I think I would say 60% between redo and develop. It's like there's stuff to work with here, but it's definitely a matter of creating an actual song structure.
Yeah.
And cutting out the extraneous stuff that people don't really want to listen to for that long.
Right. And maybe it'll be, much more understandable if there's like a vocalist like you say you're going to get. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, right now, between yellow and red, it is a 69%.
And that's what I thought.
It's just that it's that time. Production, what do you got?
Like 7 or 8 69 so far today.
With the dropout, there's going to be distorted vocals. Okay, I see.
Okay. Production, yeah. I mean, we talked about it. Very muddy, too much distortion. I already talked about it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say this is like a 40% between redo and develop.
I was
just
gonna
not
say,
there yet.
You know what, man? Josh, I think you should give some credit where it's due. There was some stuff that I liked with the panning of the guitars, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff that needs to happen. So my score will be a little bit higher than yours, but same range.
Will it be
69?
Oh, I see. Adding some credit to get to your goal, huh?
Yes, sir. 69 between yellow and red.
It's your lucky day, LOZ.
Yes, sir. The dropout, there's going to be distorted vocals. Okay. Overall track total, you know where I'm at.
No, I don't actually.
Purple.
Fuck.
I'm at the dude, he's not helping with these emotes, man. I love your playfulness, LOZ. But yeah, I'm at 69 between yellow and red. There's some cool stuff sounding on the guitars. Some stuff sounds a little bit goofy, like the delay and like some of the like big, very high guitars sound kind of a little bit out of place. But there's stuff to like, and actually, getting us to talk about AI drummers and allowing you to integrate with your projects, I think would be a huge step for you, and I think it'd be really cool. So, there's hope, man. Sorry if I'm laughing at the track a little bit, but it's just kind of funny. So, if I've been there before, I've been, even worse. So it is what it is. Like we all have our own the place to start at. So yeah, I'm excited. I can't play guitar like that. I can tell you that right now. So you're doing some good stuff. But yeah, what do you got?
I'm gonna say 50 between redo and develop.
Damn, bro, I can't give a 69. Huh?
It's okay, yeah,
for sure. But yeah, we appreciate the submission, and I can't wait to hear what you come up with.
Oh, and yeah, do send us something that's released or just something that's further along. Either way, love to hear it.
It's a whole other genre. That's crazy. But also, like, dude, if you find an AI drummer that's dope and you pick it up and Like I'd love to see growth. Like I love that shit. If you want to do metal, like do it. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's a way to do it. It's just maybe you're a beginner at this point. Is what it
Yeah,
is.
sure. Dope.
All right.
All right.
Last song alert. Thanks for being blunt. It is what it is. Thanks for being a good sport.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. Thanks for
Yeah.
getting feedback.
We got Bread.
Bread.
WIP. This is this waveform looking crazy. I don't know if Bread's still here.
He said unmix.
Unmixed. All
That's
right,
it.
great. I'm lagging so bad. What's the last thing he said?
Uh-oh. He's 20 minutes behind.
Oh no.
Bread's back.
Bread's back? All
Yeah.
right.
All right, Bread.
Bread.
Let's do this shit.
It just says, dude. All right. Where you at here, Bread? Why is there's two different links? The second link's
Second
the
one.
one. All right, Bread. We're ending the stream with you. Let's make it a good one.
Let's get some bread. Let's get this bread.
Let's get this bread. You ready?
Yeah.
What is this waveform? 3, 2, 1.
Bread.
Oh shit, Josh. You know what time it is. Okay. This could evolve into a BCR.
Hey, Valencia baby, back in the chat.
This could definitely evolve into.
Thanks for joining the Discord, Valencia.
I mean, I really like the melody.
I think this should play in our Discord server all the time.
This?
Yeah.
For sure. What is happening?
It's the side chain to ambience. That's cool.
Oh, I see. Okay, so it's like bare bones. He said it's not mixed, and you could obviously tell.
You should call it sliced.
Nice. I don't know why. Toasted. You should call it toasted.
Hmm.
I like the melody of it a lot, actually. And like, there's a nice snap on the drums that's there, but obviously production is needed here.
Yeah, production
Boom,
wasn't the
boom,
worst
boom,
thing. It's just
boom,
very
boom.
simple.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, it's definitely not radio ready.
Hmm.
The bass itself is like much louder than the kick, which should not happen. But that's a WIP. Bread. Do you want to talk about it? But Vibes, what do you got?
We'll give you the stage, Bread. Give yourself feedback.
I feel like I feel like it's like literally talking to a piece of bread because he just the only thing he said was bread in the chat.
I know.
And the picture's bread and his profile picture. Yeah, I don't.
All right, Bread. This tastes good.
Put some
Yeah.
butter on it. You know what I'm saying?
You butter that bread up.
Butter them buns. Anyways.
Yeah. Okay. Vibes. I would say it was fun
69?
to listen to. I mean, Jesus, we're not there yet.
Okay, sorry.
Too soon.
Alright.
Yeah. No, I think like honestly, I liked the vibes of it. It was fun to listen to. It's funny that it's just bread, and that your profile is just bread, and your name is just bread. But
and you just chatted bread?
Yep.
Like a psychopath when we
You're
said
just bread.
Where you at, bread? And just types bread. Like,
yeah.
Sure, that doesn't answer our question, I guess, but
yes, exactly. But yeah, I mean, it was fun. It wasn't particularly like done, right?
No.
It wasn't toasted all the way.
No.
But it was fun. I like that. What is that even? That house thing? Oh yeah, that kick bass thing, whatever you want to call that, with the little like ring modulation type feel on top of it. That was cool to listen to, but
that top synth was cool too, actually. It's just everything sounded dry as fuck. That
was cool. Yeah, that top synth, I sort of wish the envelope was a little bit longer on it. It's very sort of spritzy. You know, I want to hear a little bit more
farty,
of the note. God, a little bit organic.
A little squelchy.
Yeah. Ew. You gonna give this one a 69 too?
I don't know. This is, I think, production. It might be a little bit better produced, but
vibes.
It's definitely feeling that way. Where would I put it? No, I think, is there stuff to really redo here? I don't know. There's stuff to definitely build.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think everything that's there, I like it so far.
Mm-hmm.
It's just very underproduced. That's all, and
mm-hmm.
It's a minute or 46 seconds long, and there's nothing, no progression really. So, Vibes, I'm at like maybe 10% between green and yellow. I think like there's actually a nice foundation that you have here. I think it's cool. You just need to build on it. That's all. Just a lot of development. What about you?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, kind of like some breads. I'm just gonna give it straight ahead yellow,
Yeah,
yellow for develop. Yeah,
like a
I think.
like a potato bread.
Yeah, no, I think there's stuff to work with here to develop.
Yeah,
It's just at the early stage, but yeah, there's some cool stuff
yeah,
going on.
super early. Yeah, the baseline sounds good. I think sample wise, stuff sounds good. That kick sounds nice and pumpy. So you just gotta, and like you doing some sidechain stuff too. But I like that synth. Every synth that comes in, I like it. It's just you know very underproduced. That's all. It's like there's no production engineering that went into this track at all.
Hmm.
That's all. But content, yeah. So definitely needs more to be considered a song, I'd say. But yeah, you
46
gotta.
seconds. The last one, we're like, this is barely a minute.
And then it's like Brett's
46.
like, I got this,
I
Brett.
got bread.
Yeah, I got this bread. But I'm at content right now between green and yellow is 25%. What about you?
Yeah, no, I think like the sounds that you've chosen and all that stuff is good, and like the beginnings of the sort of structure and energy are cool. Just needs to be fleshed out into like a more of a song, and it'll be interesting to see how you do that. But yeah, I think I would say 15% between yellow and green.
Production. Um, yeah. Do you want to say anything on production?
No, I don't really have a whole lot. I mean, again, the source material I think sounds pretty good. Just like and I think the way things are placed right now or mixed or whatever sounds sounds fine.
Yeah,
But needs more stuff to be a little more interesting for
yeah,
for a whole song and stretched out and all that stuff.
yeah. I've you said not mixed, so maybe you have a plan on what vision you have already. But just things off the top of my head, it's like that bass line sounds like much louder than the kick for some reason. The kick should be definitely something that's driving the whole song in this kind of genre. So make sure that's pumping. Sidechain the bass to the kick there, kind of like you have with the rest of the ambient sound there. The top synth definitely sounds dry as fuck, and like Josh said, you could hold it out the notes a little bit longer. Add some reverb to it as well. It's a very dry sounding track, so you want it to kind of be expansive. I'd say.
Sometimes that's okay,
I'd say.
and I just sort of caution for like to be careful and know which instruments you should put reverb
Yeah,
on and which you shouldn't, because like um, you'll notice that if you have one instrument even that's sort of front and center that has a good reverb on it, it'll actually make the whole track sound like it's got reverb, but it
yeah,
will retain the definition of everything else. So like percussive instruments, especially like low end percussive instruments, you probably should be really careful about putting reverb on, if not
mm-hmm.
even putting reverb on them, so that
Yeah,
they sound present and forward and everything. They hit hard.
yep,
But then like the things that have more high end content, are a little bit more well purposed for that. And doing parallel reverb, whatever, where you're sending it to a bus instead of going straight through it, so you can kind of control the wetness and the volume. All of that is a good
right.
idea too. Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah,
you don't want soggy bread.
you don't want soggy bread. Very true. Noted. But yeah, all that to say, I don't think there's anything that was terrible out of the production style. It's just very uh, underdeveloped, so it needs to be developed. That means my score between green and yellow is 10%
For production.
production. Yeah,
Yeah, I think I would actually say like 20% between yellow and green, because I don't think it sounds that bad right now, but we just don't know where it's going to go without having all the other elements there and whatnot.
very true. So for right now, the overall total for me is 16.9% between green and yellow. What about you?
I'm going to say 6.1% between yellow and green.
Damn, you had to one up me, huh? Crazy. Okay, but thank you, Brad. We
Yes,
appreciate you. What's up, Valencia baby? But that's the end of our stream actually, so we won't
sure
be able to get to
is.
you. Did we get your submission though? We'll get you next week.
Did
Yeah,
we?
we
Oh,
did.
yeah, we did. Okay, so we've got Astronomers
Progress would
and
be first.
Balenci Baby, and I don't know, Ad Odds if you're still here, but you guys will be up next week. You should be up first thing pretty much.
Yep.
And yeah, other than that, I mean, we're here every Friday from 5:30 to 7:30 Central. So again, convert to your own time zone.
Yep.
Uh, Follow us on Instagram. So that's kind of where we have our updates and stuff that will be coming soon, hopefully. And sign up for the beta of the FastTrack platform, again, where you can get really detailed, just useful feedback from professionals in the music industry that are even better than us at giving feedback. There should be a lot of fun there with just helping you collaborate and make the best music that you can. If you want to be a beta tester, be one of the first users in this new world, this Wild West, and help us improve it and whatnot. And
yeehaw, brother.
And get to chat with us, then yeah, go sign up there. It's just a little sign up form, pretty quick. Other than that, follow us on Twitch so you find out when we go live again, and join our Discord, which I think is also in the chat. Just a couple chats up there. So yeah, and if you're in the Discord, I know Balenci, you just joined. Start a topic up. I think there's some channels in there that are like focused around, I don't know, what is it, like stories from the road, like music experience, like Bread. How did you become Bread? We all want to know, right?
Yeah.
So
how can I become Bread?
Get in there, get in that Discord, and chat it up. Other than that, you got anything, Chris?
No, I don't, bro. Thanks everybody for submitting the music. It's been fun.
Dope. Well, it has indeed been fun. We'll be back next week. Thanks again, everyone, for submitting. Love to hear it. Love to hear the new tracks. And have a great weekend.
FastTrack Feedback Fridays forever.
Out. Peace.